It's November 2006, in the bustling heart of London. Alexander Litvinenko, a former Russian spy turned fierce critic of the Kremlin, sits down for what seems like a routine meeting at the Pine Bar of the Millennium Hotel. He sips from a pot of green tea, unaware that it's laced with a deadly, invisible poison, polonium-210, a radioactive isotope so rare and lethal that it could only come from a state-controlled lab. Within hours, his body begins to betray him. Violent vomiting, excruciating pain, and a slow descent into organ failure. On his deathbed, 3 weeks later, Litvinenko whispers a chilling accusation: "You have succeeded in poisoning me." But who was behind it? This is the story of a defector's betrayal, a shadowy assassination, and a geopolitical firestorm that exposed the dark underbelly of Vladimir Putin's Russia. Alexander Litvinenko was born on December 4th, 1962, in the Soviet city of Voronezh, into a world of secrets and surveillance. He joined the military young, then transitioned to the KGB in 1988, specializing in organized crime and counterterrorism. By the mid-1990s, he was knee-deep in the chaos of the First Chechen War, investigating mafia groups like the Tambov Gang and their murky ties to powerful figures, including a rising star named Vladimir Putin, back when he was deputy mayor of St. Petersburg. Litvinenko's big break came in 1997, when he joined the FSB's UARPO unit, a clandestine outfit rumored to operate like a death squad, unbound by laws. But loyalty has its limits. When ordered to assassinate billionaire oligarch Boris Berezovsky, Litvinenko refused. That defiance boiled over in November 1998, when he went public in a bombshell press conference, accusing his FSB bosses of corruption, extortion, and hit jobs. The backlash was swift: dismissal, arrests on trumped-up charges, and relentless harassment. By October 2000, with his life in ruins, Litvinenko fled Russia through Georgia and Turkey, landing in the UK on November 1, exactly 6 years before his fateful tea. Granted asylum and British citizenship just weeks before his death, he rebuilt his life in London, consulting for MI6 on Russian mafia networks and rubbing shoulders with fellow exiles like Berezovsky and Chechen leader Ahmed Zakayev. In exile, Litvinenko didn't fade into obscurity. He became a thorn in Putin's side. He co-authored explosive books like Blowing Up Russia in 2002, claiming the FSB staged the 1999 apartment bombings that killed hundreds, all to manufacture a crisis, ignite the Second Chechen War, and catapult Putin to the presidency. Another tome, The Gang from the Lubyanka, laid bare the FSB's rot from within. From his Muswell Hill home, Litvinenko fed intel to British, Italian, and Spanish authorities on the tangled web of Russian spies, mobsters, and politicians. His accusations grew bolder. He publicly blamed Putin for the October 7, 2006 murder of journalist Anna Podlitkova, a fellow regime critic, gunned down on Putin's birthday. Death threats piled up, fueled by new 2006 Russian laws greenlighting FSB ops against extremists abroad. To the Kremlin, Litvinenko wasn't just a defector. He was a traitor whose words could unravel their grip on power. The stage was set for elimination. The plot unfolded like a Cold War thriller, but with a nuclear twist. Evidence points to earlier botched attempts. On October 16, 2006, Litvinenko met Andrei Lugovoy and Dmitry Kovtun at a Mayfair security firm, where polonium traces later turned up in the boardroom. Lugovoy, an ex-KGB businessman with FSB ties, returned to London October 25th to 28th, leaving a radioactive trail in their wake. Then, on October 31st, Kovtun flew in from Hamburg and Lugovoy from Moscow. November 1 sealed Litvinenko's fate. That morning, he met Italian consultant Mario Scaramella at a sushi bar in Piccadilly to discuss threats to dissidents. No poison there, forensics confirmed. But in the afternoon, at the Millennium Hotel's Pine Bar, Litvinenko joined Lugovoy and Kovtun. The green tea was already brewing when he arrived. He took a few sips, chatted briefly, then headed to Berezovsky's office before going home. By evening, the agony began. What followed was a gruesome unraveling. November 2nd and 3rd brought relentless vomiting and diarrhea. Litvinenko dismissed it as bad sushi at first, dosing himself with over-the-counter meds, but the symptoms escalated. Dehydration, hair loss, immune collapse. Admitted to Barnet General Hospital on November 17th, doctors suspected thallium, a classic spy poison. Media buzzed with speculation. Transferred to University College Hospital on November 20th, cutting-edge tests revealed the truth: polonium-210 in his urine. This alpha-emitting killer, ingested in a dose of about 4.4 gigabecquerels, hundreds times lethal, ravaged him from the inside, shredding his gut, bone marrow, liver, kidneys, and heart. Despite radiation treatments, Litvinenko faded fast. In a poignant final act, influenced by Zakayev, he converted to Islam at his bedside. He died November 23, 2006, from acute radiation syndrome. His body, still radioactive, was buried in a lead-lined coffin at Highgate Cemetery in a Muslim ceremony on December 7th. Polonium-210 was the perfect assassin's weapon, undetectable without specialized gear, harmless outside the body, but a cellular apocalypse when swallowed. Litvinenko's autopsy, conducted in hazmat suits, confirmed it was the cause. No accident, no suicide. This isotope doesn't occur naturally in such quantities. It's brewed in nuclear reactors, like Russia's Avangard facility in Sarov. The Metropolitan Police's Counterterrorism Command traced a glowing breadcrumb trail. High sky radiation in the hotel teapot, 100,000 becquerels per square centimeter, suspects' rooms, planes from Moscow, and even Koftin's Hamburg ex-wife's home and car. Litvinenko's deathbed dictation named Lugovoy and Koftin as the poisoners and Putin as the puppet master. A public inquiry led by Sir Robert Owen starting in 2015 sifted through classified intel, dismissing wild alternatives like self-poisoning or Berezovsky's involvement. Lugovoy and Koftin emerged as the prime suspects. Lugovoy, a Duma deputy with KGB roots, Koftin, his military-linked partner. Their motives? Litvinenko's betrayal, his leaks exposing FSB secrets, his foreign collaborations, and his anti-Putin rants that threatened the regime's facade. The inquiry's 2016 report was damning. A deliberate FSB op, likely greenlit by Putin and FSB chief Nikolai Patrushev. It highlighted polonium's state monopoly and Russia's new extraterritorial kill laws. In 2021, the European Court of Human Rights piled on, slamming their sham investigation and awarding damages to his widow, Marina, and son. Russia's response? Flat denial. Kremlin mouthpieces called the findings politically motivated nonsense, peddling conspiracy theories. Maybe Berezovsky staged it to smear Putin, or Litvinenko smuggled the stuff himself. They blocked UK extradition bids, citing constitutional bars on handing over citizens, and let their own probe fizzle out. No trials, no accountability. Lugovoy basked in hero status back home, while Koftin died in 2022 from COVID complications. The fallout rippled far beyond one man's grave. UK-Russia ties froze, diplomat expulsions, sanctions, asset seizures. European arrest warrants linger for the suspects. Litvinenko's case became a blueprint for alleged Kremlin hits abroad, like the 2018 Novichok poisoning of Sergei Skripal in Salisbury, sparking global outcry over Russia's rogue ops. For Marina Litvinenko, it's a quest for justice that endures. Alexander's death wasn't just murder. It was a warning to dissidents everywhere. Speak out, and the shadows will find you. But in exposing the plot, his legacy shines a light on the darkness, refusing to let the truth die with him.